So last video we had seen recrystallization of benzoic acid using single solvent, that is water. Okay. We had also done theoretically, and I had shown you the video for solvent pair recrystallization. Now what is solvent pair? Basically it's a mixture of solvents which is used for recrystallization. Very important point is, other than the solvent criteria which we have to follow while selecting the solvent for recrystallization, very important solvent criteria in case of your mixed solvents or solvent pair is that the solvents which you are selecting, the two solvents, they should be miscible with each other. Because what will happen, if your solvents themselves are not miscible, your compound is just going to distribute amongst these two solvents and you are not going to get an effective recrystallization. Okay? And in solvent pair, generally you have one good solvent and one bad solvent. Okay? What this means is, in good solvent, your compound is soluble at room temperature as well as at high temperature, and in bad solvent, your compound is insoluble at room temperature as well as at the high temperature. So this is the way we are going to select our solvent for solvent pair recrystallization. Now the compound which I had explained you is acetanilide. Okay, acetanilide recrystallization using ethanol and water. So in this case, ethanol acts as a good solvent and water acts as a bad solvent. So what I have done is, ethanol, it's quite volatile, so it just goes off. So I have just placed it in conical flask, small amount whatever is required for recrystallization, and I have placed the funnel so that the stem of the funnel, it acts as a condenser. Okay, and I am just heating it. Simultaneously I have kept water for heating because water is my bad solvent, ethanol is the good solvent, and here I have kept the filtration assembly ready. Okay, now what I need to do is, first I will take the compound and add it to good solvent. Okay, so I have taken around 5 ml or 6 ml of ethanol. So accordingly I am taking around 1 gram of compound. Okay, you can see it's not stuck at the sides. You can just see, because the ethanol is hot, the compound has solubilized even before heating. Okay, the ethanol is quite hot. Now what I have to do is, I have to add bad solvent. Okay, till what time I should add bad solvent? Till I get a turbidity, or till this proportion of ethanol and water is equal. So suppose this is around 5 ml ethanol, I can add around 5 ml of water. But before that, just let me check if I get the turbidity even before 5 ml is added. Remember, both solvents, they should be hot. Okay. So I am not getting the turbidity as of now. Maybe 1 or 2 ml I can add more, so that the proportion of water and ethanol is equal. Yes, it's very lucky if you get the turbidity, but even if you don't get, you just have to add the bad solvent equal amount to the good solvent, and you can just heat it for 30 seconds, around 30 seconds. And then I have taken fluted filter paper, which is again hot over here. I can still make it hot by adding hot water, so that crystals don't come out on filter paper while filtration. We are going to use distilled water always. Okay. So this is the fluted filter paper which I have wetted. Everything is hot, under hot condition. I am just pouring my solution now. And unless and until the filtration is completed, you cannot off the burner, because you want the hot conditions for filtration. So you can see this is a much better method. You cannot see any crystals on filter paper. So definitely our proportion of solvent is optimum. I am not given charcoal treatment for the simple reason that again the compound was pure. I just explained you in recrystallization of benzoic acid how you give the charcoal treatment. Okay. So now this filtration is done, almost done. So what I can do is I can just switch off the burner and place this solution for cooling. Okay, we'll just observe after some time. See, the filtered solution has now come to room temperature. I can see very small particles, but not the crystals which we had got in benzoic acid immediately after cooling to room temperature. So what I can do is I can just scratch the solution, I mean the conical flask, with a glass rod. So this tiny glass particles, small particles which will be liberated in the solution, they would act as seeding agent. You will just observe after a few minutes.
कूल केल्यानंतर येतील.
You can just see now the crystallization process has started. Okay, just look at this. It was taking long, so I have just transferred it to the beaker so that whatever good solvent is there, if that just goes off because it is volatile. Okay, so definitely we will get the crystals. You can see orthogonal, or what you can say, slightly rhombic crystals. Definitely they are not needle shaped. This is after getting to room temperature. Now I am just keeping it in ice bath and we will see the increase in it. Simultaneously you can just see benzoic acid crystals I had placed for long time in ice bath, and the flask is full of needle shaped, beautiful, white or colorless, whatever you want to call, crystals. Okay, the flask is full with crystals. For acetanilide recrystallization also, you can see now, because I had placed the beaker in ice bath, the crystals have increased now. You can see very shiny, beautiful crystals of acetanilide. I'll just keep it in ice bath for some more time. You can just have a look now. The beaker is full of acetanilide crystals. Even when you stir it, you can see shiny white orthogonal or rhombic crystals. Okay, while in benzoic acid you have got nice long needle shaped white crystals. Okay, so with this we have completed 2 experiments today. One is the recrystallization of benzoic acid using single solvent, that is water, and second is recrystallization of acetanilide using a solvent pair or mixed solvents, wherein we have used ethanol as a good solvent and water as a bad solvent. So simply what I will do now is I'll just filter this crystals and I'll just show it to you. This is the filtration assembly which we are going to use for cold filtration now, because we have cooled our solutions, right, which contain the crystals. So this is your filtration flask, which is actually equipped with vacuum link over here. You can see the pump, vacuum pump pipe over here, and this is the vacuum line of the lab. This is the rubber cork or rubber teat, what you call. This is for the support of the Buchner funnel. I suppose you know what is a Buchner funnel. This is a Buchner funnel made up of ceramic or porcelain, and you can just look at this. Your filter paper should be exactly the size, inner diameter of the Buckner funnel. Okay, it should neither be big neither small. Okay, now the vacuum is on. I'll just check. It's not yet come. Anyways, we'll wait for some time. What first we have to do is we will just wet the filter paper so that the filtration becomes fast. So for wetting, I'm using the cold solvent which we had used for recrystallization, that is for benzoic acid, water. Okay, so I wet the filter paper. So first I will start with vacuum. Yes, now you can see. Okay, you can apply little vacuum, otherwise your filter paper tend to tear. Now I'm just pouring our solution which contains the benzoic acid crystals. You can just see how shining and beautiful crystals we have got. So I'm just pouring this solution slowly and I will just apply the vacuum. I'm avoiding to pour it on other side since there is a hole the filter paper has stored. Very fast filtration and you get absolutely near to dry crystals. If it is a ethanol which is a solvent, we don't even need to dry the crystals in oven. Now what I can do, some crystals are sticking over here, so I'll just take cold water, because in cold water definitely my crystals are not soluble benzoic acid, and I'll just pour the extra crystals which is there. I'll just keep it on vacuum for some time. You can just hear the volume of the vacuum and see how beautiful crystals we have got of benzoic acid. Then I can just off the vacuum and I will remove these crystals on a dry filter paper and keep it in oven for drying. Okay, when I place in oven, I should make sure the melting point of the compound, what it is from literature, and accordingly adjust the temperature of oven. So for benzoic acid, the melting point is 122 degrees centigrade. So the temperature of oven definitely I can keep around 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, and finally to confirm that it is benzoic acid, we can just do the melting point determination, that is physical constant determination. Okay, now I will show you the filtration of acetanilide also by using vacuum. So I placed another filter paper which is wetted with water again, and I'm just pouring whatever solution is there of acetanilide containing acetanilide crystals. Whatever compound is sticking to the beaker, I'm just adding the cold water to this, because in water, the water is bad solvent, right? So the compound is not going to dissolve at room temperature. I'm just adding the extra water, washings. This also I'll keep it on vacuum for 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll remove the compound on filter paper. You can just observe the dried crystals of benzoic acid, needle shaped crystals, and here you have slightly rhombic or orthogonal crystals of acetanilide. So with this we have completed both the recrystallization experiments, recrystallization of benzoic acid using water, single solvent, recrystallization of acetanilide using ethanol and water, that is solvent pair. Thank you.